A lot of good news if you're an LA Chargers fan. We are Detroit Lions fans, but this channel is all about the LA Chargers. We're here in Michigan, so we got to watch Jim Harbaugh. We're big Jim Harbaugh fans, so we're following him to LA. And so this channel is all about the Chargers. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe. But here's even more good news for if you're a Chargers fan. You obviously get Jim Harbaugh, Jesse Minter, Michigan's strength and conditioning coach, like those top three guys, incredible. And Jim Harbaugh just wins everywhere he goes. So it's very evident that you give him an awesome quarterback, a couple good pieces on this Chargers team. Like Jim Harbaugh is going to win, and the Chargers are going to be a really fun team to watch, and they're going to be a good team in that AFC. Just the AFC, I guess, in general, because the AFC is harder, but they're just going to be exciting. But here's even more good news. Jim Harbaugh is the odds-on favorite to win Coach of the Year. And now, why is this interesting to me? I've always interested in Vegas. I love spreads and the odds and over-unders. And I think you just generally learn a lot when you keep an eye on what Vegas is saying. And so DraftKings has the odds of Harbaugh really good, plus 550. The next is plus 800 with Matt LaFleur. So here's why this makes sense. And I just kind of touched on it briefly, but I love it. Harbaugh is replacing an underwhelming head coach in Brandon Staley. And I think that's the key right there. The Chargers lost 7 games by 3 points or less. Harbaugh and the way he operates and the way that he calls his offense and how good his defense usually is, 3 points, right? So that's 7 games that are just in the balance that Brandon Staley could not win. Harbaugh, hello. So the Chargers won 5 games. Are they going to win all 7 of those close games? No, but you get the point. I mean, they can win double-digit. They can win double-digit games pretty easily. I mean, that's just kind of how it feels, right? So they were 5-12, and they have a Pro Bowl level quarterback on the cusp of his prime. And I think that's really important too. It just feels like, man, Justin Herbert, perfect. You're really good. You've shown that you're really good, but you had a coach that wasn't putting you in the best positions. Now you've got a guy that's known to be really good with quarterbacks, and he's going to run the ball, take the pressure off you. It just feels like every week it's like, all right, Justin, are you going to be unbelievably awesome and win for us? Or are you going to be like really awesome and it's just not going to be enough? Like what were you going to get each week from Justin Herbert? He had to be unbelievable. And then, the Chargers would win. Otherwise, it was just like just heartbreaking fashion. The Chargers are always losing. Jim Harbaugh going to change that, no question. So, but they have their work cut out for them, no question. So I think general managers Joe Ortiz is going to have to figure out a way to obviously get under the salary cap. So there's a lot of bloated contracts. That's perfect. Khalil Mack is one of those. He's like 34, owed a ton of money, just a really bad deal all around with the contract wise for Khalil Mack, but he had a great season last year. So, they can figure it out, but it's just not all roses, but the point is Harbaugh is going to change a lot of things almost immediately. Another thing, you look at coaching staff, and this is what we've made a big deal about, watching Harbaugh over his time at Michigan and then to see him and why he was so successful. He started at 20 in the year 2020 when the Michigan Wolverines won 2 games or 3 games. They only played like 6, but still. It was just like, what is going on? He's like, all right. And the biggest thing he did was just lock in at his coaching staff. So it's been really interesting to see his coaching staff additions and what he's doing, because I think that's what is going to make or break him, because he's really turned into the CEO type coach. He really is like just encouraging the players, says nothing but great things about players in press conferences. He praises his coaches. He lets his coaches coach. I mean, right, he got suspended last year. Sharon Moore's coaching. He's encouraging them. He's got his dad out there on the sideline, like as an assistant coach. Just leadership by like, just you guys do it. I'll watch you. So a couple big ones that are awesome. Navarro Bowman is his linebackers coach. I think we forget how awesome this dude was. 4-time first team All-Pro. Like, there's a 4-year stretch there where he was the man. And so you got him. You've got a couple other highlights. Clinkscale is another Michigan guy. That's the defensive backs coach, an incredible recruiter. He's another guy that, again, remember I said after the 2020 season, all those coaches were just studs. There he was, 21, 22, 23. Clinkscale is one of those guys. Another one that I really like is Mike Delvin, 21 years of coaching experience comes in as the offensive line. So remember, with Jim Harbaugh, he's going to run the football. And so I'm always curious, like who does he bring in his offensive line, offensive coordinator, and Greg Roman's his offensive coordinator, and they're just going to run the ball. And you're going to be shocked, Chargers fans, to see, like, how did we get so big? Like, Harbaugh, teams he's coached just seem bigger, physical, more strong, and that's football, right? And I think Jim Harbaugh said, as long as there's pads, as long as we're going to wear pads, we're going to be physical. I don't know. It's football. So that's right. And so I'm really excited to see what Jim Harbaugh brings, the mentality that brings, all that stuff, all that like football talk that you just say all the time. That's what Jim Harbaugh is all about. It's crazy. And so to see him come in right away here at Michigan, turn them into a tough team. The whole time he was here, except for like 1 year, that 2020 weird year, it was just a tough, hard-nosed team. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.